graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled it out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
The best intro ever for Play-by-Play with JJ. The best announcer ever. Just kidding. What's going on? How you all doing? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on those notification bell icons too. And that way you'll know when we go live. Yeah, that was very interesting for sure. That game last night, I'll say that for the very least. But you know what? Today's a brand new day. And for the Philadelphia Phillies, they've got to split the series, okay? I came into this series and I said at the very, very least, they have to split the series versus the Giants. I don't take this Giants team for granted. I wanted to reassess. I said coming into the season when we were doing wins and losses, thought that maybe we could take 3 out of 4 versus the Giants, but you know what? I had to reassess coming into this series because this Giants team is not to be reckoned with. They are not to be played with. What they've done so far this season has been really, really strong. There's a reason why they're one of the best teams in the NL West, and they have a 13-5 record. They're a very, very good team. With that being said, I still can't let the Phillies off the hook for all the mistakes that they've made in this series. And so, at the very least, they have to split today. And that's what I'm going to be looking for. Christopher Sanchez is on the hill. Sanchez has a 3.12 earned run average. This guy has been under the radar in Major League Baseball, but we all know because we covered the team that he's a very, very good pitcher, and he's arguably the second best pitcher on this Phillies squad. Some might say right now it's Jesus Luzardo, but you could definitely make a case that Christopher Sanchez is up there too. So he's going to have to be Christopher Sanchez. And what do I mean by that? He's going to have to throw the changeup. That changeup is going to have to be on point today. I expect that there's going to be shadows because it's the 4 o'clock window. And so it is pretty sunny out. So I do expect that shadows are going to be a factor, and it's going to be really hard for these hitters to see, even with the batter's eye. So I expect Christopher Sanchez to be out there pitching very, very well and going 6 good innings today. Offensively speaking, okay, the Phillies today have a lineup that is really just interesting. I don't know what else to say about it, but Bryson Stott's going to be leading it off. This team has really struggled with runners in scoring position. That's the narrative that has really just been around throughout this whole entire season surrounding the Philadelphia Phillies. And today, I know that they're facing Jordan Hicks, who's 1-1, has a 5.87 earned run average. Hicks did not do well in his last outing against the Yankees. He actually gave up 7 earned runs and only had 3 strikeouts and ended up getting the loss. He pitched okay in his second outing, pitched really good, though, in his first outing. I don't know what version they're going to get today from Jordan Hicks, but I would really like to see the Phillies try to get a hold of him early because the later it gets, the harder it's going to be able to that they're going to be able to see, in my opinion. So if they're able to get to him early, I think that would be really, really awesome. Sanchez, as we mentioned, sinker, changeup, slider. That changeup has really just been his bread and butter. Batters are hitting .235 against that this year. And when he's on with that, I mean, good luck trying to hit that. But he needs run support. There's no doubt about it. He needs run support. And I'm looking at the leaders. I'm not just looking at the guys that we know in the bottom of the lineup, even though Stott's not in the bottom of the lineup today, but usually he is. The guys in the bottom of the lineup really have not been doing a very good job for you. And Bohm, Marsh, and Rojas continue to struggle. But I am going to go as far as to say this. The leaders of this team, even though Bryce is hitting the ball better and he's getting on base, Trey Turner has to be better. JT Realmuto has to be better. The guys that are getting paid the top dollar, they have to be better as well. So we'll see how everything goes today. What are your final score predictions? Make sure that you guys comment down below. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game today. I've been wrong a lot of times about how things have gone this season when it comes to predictions. So I am not really good at that. I have not been good at that this year. But I do expect that it's going to be a low-scoring game today. All right. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down below. And now we're going to get into the starting lineups after we read your comments. An early day game, let's go. In a world where you can't listen to the game, in a world you can't watch the game, there's a lone hero. Alone JJ. I love that. That's beautiful. That's wild. Not bragging, just saying. You have a broadcasting background? Really? You should reach out to me. You should reach out to me. JasonJosephOnAir@gmail.com is my Gmail. You can always reach out for sure. Have a great call today. I appreciate it. 4-3 Phil says David. Okay, cool. 5-3 Phillies says Jason. By the way, I saw your comment today. I appreciate you. I really appreciate everything you've done on this channel, man. 5-3 Phillies today. Let's go, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, I'm so fired up. I'm fired up, man. Let me take a sip of water. All right, starting lineups. That was the shortest sip of water that a person has ever done. Okay. I'm fine. I'm good. All right, let's start off with the Giants starting lineup today. By the way, Hunter says 4-0 Phils. What's going on, Hunter? How are you? Sound effects are working fine. All right, Luis Matos will be batting in the leadoff spot today for the Giants. Willie Adames is DHing today. He's batting second. Elliot Ramos is out in left field for San Fran. And then it's Matt Chapman, who's over at third base. He's hitting in the cleanup spot. Casey Schmidt batting fifth, playing over at first. Tyler Fitzgerald is the second baseman. He slides up from the 9th spot to the 6th spot today. And Mike Yastrzemski is playing out in right field, and he's batting 7th. Sam Huff is catching behind the plate today. It's not Patrick Bailey. He's batting 8th, and Christian Koss is going to be batting 9th, and he's playing over at shortstop for the Giants. So just for them, Matos is out in center field. Adames is DHing. Ramos is playing out in left field. Chapman is at third. Schmidt's at first base. Fitzgerald's at second. Yaz is out in right. And Huff is catching. And Koss is over at shortstop. And that is the lineup for the Giants. For the Phillies, they have Stott leading it off, playing over at second base. Trey Turner's batting in the second hole. And then it's Bryce Harper hitting third, playing over at first base. Turner's at short. Schwarber's DHing. Castellanos out in right field. Kepler's in left. JT is catching. And then Bohm is at third, and Rojas is playing out in center field. Phillies are in their powder blue uniforms, throwback uniforms, with red letters and blue on the outsides. And they got the maroon socks as well. Christopher Sanchez is on the hill today for the Phillies, the left-handed pitcher this year. 3 outings so far, 19 strikeouts, and 17 innings of work. He has just allowed 5 walks and has a 3.12 earned run average. And so the Phillies are ready to start things off. Shadows are going to be a factor this afternoon. Sanchez gets set, kicks, and fires, and pitch number 1 is fouled back towards the screen. Giants playing 17 consecutive days without a day off. We're in the middle of that right now, too. We are. And the Giants, by the way, have to go to L.A. tonight and play tomorrow and play at 10 o'clock. Yeah, that's a tough one. 4 o'clock game for them. 0-1, and there's a called strike. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. Sanchez gets set at the letters, kicks, fires, and it's down for a ball. I gotta say, I can't even say letters because there is no letters. The way that the front of the jersey looks is they have the jersey number on the right side of the chest, and they have the old Phillies logo on the left side. By the way, the Giants are in their gray tops, gray bottoms. It says San Francisco across the chest with the Giants baseball as well. Next pitch, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch is fouled away. 4 pitches so far in this at-bat. Sanchez on the hill for the Phils. He's 28 years old from La Romana, Dominican Republic. And the next pitch is down for ball 2. Sanchez gets set and kicks, deals, and another foul ball on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. That fastball has really increased in velocity over the years. Last year it topped at 96, 95. Now it's reaching 98 this year. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Line drive, foul ball. Last time that Sanchez actually faced the Giants was on May 29th of last year. He went 6 innings, allowed just 4 hits, no runs, and had 7 strikeouts and just 1 walk allowed. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. The first strikeout by Christopher Sanchez. It's like he decided to go change up there. And Matos was not thinking that that was going to be the pitch. Now it's Willy Adames, orange batting gloves, and an orange sleeve on his right arm as he rests the bat on his shoulders. Pitch, and that was a little bit low, but it's a called strike by Phil Cuzzy. Home plate umpire is Phil Cuzzy. Over at first base, it's Tony Randazzo, Clint Vondrax at second, and Dan Bellino is the third base umpire. The 0-1 pitch to Adames, and it's just outside at 97. Sanchez hasn't faced the Giants at home since June 1st of 2022. Next pitch, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. He only went 1 inning in that outing, so he's never started against the Giants at home. The 1-2 pitch, another swing and a miss, and Christopher Sanchez, both outs have come via strikeout for him. Another changeup, and it was a little bit more outside compared to the changeup that he threw to Matos to get him to strike out. Two outs, nobody on, and Sanchez fires a changeup that's in there for strike 1 to Heliot Ramos. .224 average for Heliot this year in 18 games, a .408 slugging percentage, and a .272 on-base percentage as well. 0-1 pitch, and there's a fly ball hit out over to left field, and looking up and bouncing off the top of the wall is the left fielder, Kepler. And, well, we're going over to second base is Ramos. That was smoked, and it went over the head of Kepler. It bounced off the top of the wall. If it was a little bit more up, that's a home run. So it's ruled as a double. Thing went over the head of Kepler. There was no chance he was going to catch it. It went on the Huba WB Mason sign. And Ramos is over at second base. And now it's Matt Chapman. who will step on into the batter's box. Sanchez looks back at second and fires a strike to home plate at 96. Phillies defense, it'll be Sanchez on the mound. The battery is JT Realmuto. At first base, it's Harper. At second base, it's Stott. The third baseman's Bohm. And the shortstop is Trey Turner. Sanchez stares back at second and will deliver from the stretch. And he throws a changeup in the dirt. Casty's out and right. And left, it's Kepler. And in between the both of them is Rojas. 16 pitches for Sanchez in this first inning. Struck out the first two batters, and then Ramos doubled. He's over at second base. The 1-1 to Chapman. There's a ground ball hit over towards the right side into the hole for a base hit. Casty will get over to it. The throw is made to home plate. It's not in time. And there's an RBI single by Matt Chapman. He got it right into the hole, and now he's over at second base now. So he grounded it right into that 3-4 hole. It went right by Bryce Harper. Casty got over to it and tried to throw it to home plate. There was no chance he was going to get Ramos. And so it's an RBI single. And Chapman's over at second base. He advanced. Casey Schmidt will come up next. Giants strike first. The pitch, it's a slider that's in there at the kneecaps for strike one. Here's Schmidt. In 7 games, has a .211 average. Hasn't homered yet, but he does have 2 RBI. Fitzgerald waits in the on-deck circle. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. As the pitch was heading into the dirt. Yes, they do. The ball's 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Casey Schmidt. And Sanchez does strike out the side. However, the Giants provide blood first as they're able to get on with an RBI single from Matt Chapman. And Ramos would score. Phillies coming up to bat as we head to the bottom of the first. A little bit fast today, JJ. A little bit fast. It's good to talk fast, but sometimes you gotta pace yourself. Stott will be leading things off for the Philadelphia Phillies. And then it's Trey Turner, who's over at shortstop. He's batting second. Bryce Harper is over at first base. He's batting third. Then it's Kyle Schwarber batting fourth. Fifth will be Castellanos. Kepler's batting sixth. JT hitting seventh. Eighth will be Bohm. And ninth will be Rojas. No Brandon Marsh today. No Rafael Marchand today either. Other than that, nothing much else new. Stott had the night off last night. He's back out there. Also, by the way, too, no Sosa. That was the other thing I wanted to mention. And the guy that the Phillies are going to face, his name is Jordan Hicks. Now, you might remember Jordan Hicks from when he played with the Cardinals. He was a closer first. And then he got injured. He missed the 2020 season and came back. And he played with the Cardinals from 2018 to 2023 until he was traded to the Blue Jays. And then the Giants picked him up. And they were like, well, let's make you into a starter. So he started in 20 games last year, pitched in 29 total games, had a 4.10 ERA last year in 109 innings of work. So he's 28 years old now, 6 feet 2 inches tall, 217 pounds as well. And he'll face Bryson Stott, and the first pitch that's thrown is down for ball one. Stott's average at .268, left-handed hitter, blue batting gloves, and the 1-0 is down again for ball two. Throws a sinker at 98 miles per hour, Jordan Hicks. 14 strikeouts and 15 innings of work for Hicks. This is outing number 4 for him. And the 2-0 pitch that he fires is finally in the zone. There's some more afternoon baseball around Major League Baseball. 2-1. Line drive past the dive of the shortstop out to left center field for a base hit. And Bryson Stott is able to start things off with a leadoff single. Christian Koss playing over at shortstop. Not able to make that play. That was a screamer. Hit it right past him. It bounced first. And then it was just out of reach. Thing was hit pretty sharply off the bat. Now it's Trey Turner who's coming up. And the first pitch that he sees is pinned on the outside corner for strike 1 at 98. Giants money line coming on into today was at plus 140. And for the Phillies, they're at minus 190. 1-0 pitch to Trey, ground ball, a diving stop by the second baseman, but it just gets by Fitzgerald. He sort of knocked it down, and I thought maybe he was going to be able to field it. It would have been tough to get Stott out at second base, but he's not able to get anybody out. And so it just went in and out of the glove of Fitzgerald, and they're going to rule that as an infield single. Just could not hang on as he hit the ground. And so there's runners on at first and second, and Bryce Harper is coming up to the plate. All right, Harper's had a very good series so far. Stott's over at second, and Turner's over at first. Nobody out. Hicks in some trouble. 6 pitches, and the first pitch to Bryce. Harper takes it for a ball. Get some revenge here. Here's the 1-0 to Bryce Harper, and he flies it out to left field. It's hooking out of play, and the count is 1-1. What's going on, folks? How are you doing? Appreciate you all so much for being on here. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bryce Harper. And the next pitch he takes is high and away for a ball. Stott, by the way, according to Jeff Kerr, is 7 for 18 leading off a game or inning after that leadoff single. 2-1 pitch, and that's high and away for ball 3. Harper ahead in the count. 269 average for Bryce. And Hicks in trouble already. 1-0 Giants. The 3-1 to Bryce Harper, and he got a fastball right down the middle at 100. He took it all the way for strike 2. I was shocked. Wow. Big pitch here to Bryce Harper. Schwarber's in the on-deck circle. The payoff pitch to Bryce. It's inside for ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. Wow, so that's going to put Stott at third, Turner at second, and Harper over at first base, and here comes Kyle Schwarber to the plate. Here we go. Still nobody out. First pitch to Kyle Schwarber, strike 1. It's a sweeper. Schwarber has played in 18 games. He has sunglasses on. It's pretty sunny out. Lots of shadows, too. 0-1 swing and a miss. And Hicks decided to go with the splitter for the very first time, and it worked. Thing just dipped. We're good. 0-2. Nets high for a ball. We're up to speed. Not pause, nothing. The 1-2 to Schwarber, and he grounds this one into right field for a base hit. A couple runs are going to score. Here comes Stott. Here comes Turner. The Phillies take the lead. And that's going to put Bryce Harper over at third base. Putting the ball in play certainly does help. Here comes Castellanos. The next pitch that Casty swings at is a sweeper that was a foot off the plate, and he's behind in the count 0-1. Oh, 1. It's down and away for a ball. Oh, you were on a YouTube delay? Is that what it was? That was the other thing I was going to ask. It could be your YouTube. Let's go. 1 ball, 1 strike to Casty, batting .303 on the season. And the pitch to Castellanos, line drive, base hit out to right center field. Harper's going to score, and the Phillies will get another run. And that's going to put Schwarber over at third base, and Castellanos joins in on the party. And there's still nobody out in the bottom of the first. Wow. Casty actually took a wide turn over at first, and he was lucky because he was really off the bag and was able to dive back in there safely. So they just did a little mound visit, and now it's Max Kepler coming up to the plate. White batting gloves for Max on powder blue Thursday afternoon. So runners are on at the corners. Nobody out, and the pitch way inside. I mean, Hicks' pitches today are very flat, and the Phillies are taking advantage. Seen that before where the Phillies have not been able to do so. 1-0 is sliced. Foul. Is it out of play, though? Nope, it's not. Chapman's there to make the grab. Right by the tarp. That was a really nice catch. And Schwarber retreats back over to third. That was a really good play by Matt Chapman. So Kepler fouls out. And 1 away. Don't be like yesterday. So 1 away here in the bottom of the first. And JT Realmuto is up to bat. He DH'd yesterday. First pitch to JT. Swing and a miss. And he got behind on that sweeper. Phillies lost the first game 10-4, but then they won the second and lost the third. The Giants have put up double figures on them 2 times. The ball is 1 strike. The windup and the pitch. Strike 2 right down the pike. Marshawn caught yesterday, 0-2 pitch, and JT was a little bit late, but he just got a piece of it and stays alive. How about Schwarber and Casty coming through with runners in scoring position? 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and JT goes down chasing a sweeper. And 2 away, and that'll bring up Bohm. Temperature out at Citizens Bank Park, it's 63 degrees. It's pretty sunny. There's a huge shadow, though, at the plates. The pitch to Bohm. foul ball. Hicks has 4 pitches that he goes to, a sinker, a sweeper, a four-seamer, and a splitter. He has speed, for sure. He throws a 100-mile-per-hour sinker that's inside and low. Just has trouble with his command. That's why the Cardinals thought that maybe he would be a good closer to start off his career. He'll get set at the belt, and Bohm fouls it away. Charge! 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phillies up 3-1 against the Giants. The 1-2 pitch, and it's a wild pitch. It's going to get away from the catcher, and Schwarber will score. It's 4-1. That pitch was way outside, and that was a terrible throw by Hicks. And there was just no chance at all that Huff was going to be able to block that thing. Harper's over at second, too, by the way. Or Castellanos, I should say, is over at second, but it's 4-1 Phils. The 2-2 to Bohm. That's outside and low. That almost got by Huff again, but he did a better job at getting in front of it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Phillies have put up 4 runs. Casty's in scoring position now. The 3-2 to Bohm. And there's a fly ball hit out towards center field. It's carrying. It's going back over towards the track. And not being able to make the catch is the center fielder. Casty will score. Matos almost made a ridiculous catch over the shoulder. He's able to get up. He throws it on in. And Bohm is over at third with a triple. Man, oh man. Matos almost made a very nice catch. He tried to catch it over the shoulder, and he just was not able to hang on. He collided right into that wall and then sat down, got right back up. It just popped out of the heel of the glove. It almost went over the fence, too, by the way. And so it's an RBI triple by Alec Bohm. It's 5-1 Philadelphia. Wow. And now it's Rojas coming up to the plate. And the pitch. That's taken down for a ball. That was I thought that, honestly, I thought that was tough. I mean, yeah, should he have caught it? Yeah, but that's not an easy catch. 1-0 pitch to Rojas. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. The throw over to first. It was almost wide. And Schmidt was just able to just make the catch there. All right. So we're going to the top of the second inning. It is 5-1 Philadelphia. Thought that was a tough play. Running it up on the G-men. Damn, 5-1. What the heck is going on? What's going on? Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button too. Phillies put up 5 runs in that bottom of the first. And it'll be the Giants who come back up. It's Fitzgerald, Yaz, and Huff that are due up in the batting order for San Fran. That was a very good swing by Bohm. I don't care what people say. That was a nice swing. Who is this team, says Jack. They came to play. Damn. Sure, you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. We're going to take a look around the out-of-town scores right now. The Pirates, they shut out the Nationals today 1-0. Andrew Heaney got the win. Heaney's still in the league. So he was able to shut out the Nationals. The A's lead at 5-0 out in Chicago against the White Sox. They're in the top of the ninth. The Diamondbacks won today out in Miami 6-4. The Phillies will play the Marlins. AJ Puck, who got AJ Puck, who got the save against his former team, got his fourth save of the season. And the Mariners were able to win in extra innings by a score of 11-7 against the Reds. What a game that was. First pitch to Fitzgerald, it's inside for a ball. Second pitch is in there for strike one. One ball, one strike. Sanchez gets set, kicks, deals, and it's in the dirt. Christopher has a nice 4-run cushion. The 2-1 offering, swing and a miss. That's a word that I don't use. Nice. Sanchez not wasting any time again. Throws the 2-2, and Fitzgerald buys into it and chases after the changeup. For out number one, that's the fourth strikeout for Sanchez. Four. Sanchez is ranked as the sixth best starter at home, according to ERA. The first pitch to Yaz will ground this one over towards the right side. Stott will gobble it up, and he'll toss it over to first. And Yaz is out. Eric Fetty actually has the best ERA at home at a 1.88. That's in a minimum of 15 games started. And this goes back to the start of last season, by the way. So that would make sense. The pitch to Sanchez, he doesn't get the call there. It was maybe just a hair down low. Tariq Skubal has had a 1.88 ERA since last season at home. Bryce Miller for the Mariners at 2.10. Wheelers at 2.24 for the Phillies. Jameson Taillon for the Cubs at 2.33, and Sanchez at 2.38. It's 2 balls, no strikes. The next pitch is outside for ball 3, and there's the first 3-ball count that Sanchez has had to deal with today. On deck is Christian Koss. The 3-0 pitch, strike one. Huff was taking it all the way. There's Bob Melvin. Standing over by the rail. 3-1 pitch, and that one misses inside. And it's for ball 4. It's the third base runner today for San Francisco. So here comes Koss, the 27-year-old from Riverside, California. He's just 1 for 10 in 6 games played. And I'll bounce this one foul. He's 27. This is his rookie season. He has struck out 4 times and has walked once, but he has scored 2 runs in his 6 games that he's played in. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. The ball's 2 strikes. Full crowd here at Citizens Bank Park. And Sanchez kicks and fires the pitch. Swing and a miss. That changeup has been absolutely electric today by Sanchez. Give him 5 strikeouts and 2 frames of work. And we're going to the bottom of the second. It's 5-1 Phils. Five Ks. Beautiful. All right, bottom of the second, man. Let's go. Huff UO. Sacramento A's, yes. What's going on? Sorry, Jason, I was not being a smart guy. What are you talking about? Oh. We are, don't argue in chat. Let's go. Quick inning, 5 pitches. That was not 5 pitches, but 5 strikeouts. Oh yeah, Lee's not in the lineup today. I forgot to mention that too. No Jung-Hoo Lee today. All his strikeouts have come from that changeup. I told you. Gotta watch out for that. Spelled Christopher wrong. Let's go. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, folks. By the way, Trevino for the Giants got his first win since August of 2022. And he went 2 scoreless innings in Wednesday's outing. So that was good for him. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryson Stott. Hicks still pitching. He had a very bad first inning. And the 1-1, and Stott dodges out of the way. So that thing came running inside. And he has to get the helmet back on, step out of the box, readjust. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hicks will get set at the belt again. Kick steals, and that pitch came at 101. And that's on the inside corner. Giants are 1.5 games behind the Padres in the NL West. Phillies are a game behind the Mets in the NL East. And the 2-2 is high and outside for ball 3. Hicks with the payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Went with a splitter. And Stott ended up getting fooled on that. It was a good pitch. There's out number 1. Phillies are also 2 games above the Marlins. Marlins are 8-10. Nationals are 7-12, and the Braves are 5-13. The pitch to Trey, and that's going to hit him. That was at 101, got him right on the elbow. And Trey's going to walk on over to first base. Ouch. Square on that elbow. It's more towards actually the wrist. The trainer's going out there. The pitch just comes so fast. And when you look at the replay, it's like, damn, I thought that hit him right on the elbow, but it just went a little bit more inside towards his wrist. And Rob's there. The trainer's out there. Rob gives him a little pat. He says, I'm okay. Everybody will go back to their spots. We're in the bottom of the second, and Bryce Harper is due up to bat. Harper did walk his last time up, put up a pretty good fight against Hicks. The toss back to first, and Turner's going to get caught into a pickle. The throw's made over to second. There's the throw back over to first, and Schmidt's going to throw it over to second again, and Turner is out. So all that, and he's caught. And 2 away. What's going on, PAS? How are you? Drop your link down below, my friend. So now it's Harper who's up to bat, and the first pitch that Hicks throws is definitely wild. It's way outside. Harper walked in the first and scored a run. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a sweeper. That's in there for strike one. The pitch to Bryce. He gets underneath it and sends it out to left field, medium depth. And Ramos will make the grab. And the inning is over. No runs. And we're going to the third inning. It's 5-1 Philadelphia. I'm going to take a quick step off. Don't go anywhere. We just got word that Lee Corso is retiring. College football coach and ESPN sportscaster and analyst. He's 89 years old. He just announced that he was retiring, and it was announced on the Pat McAfee show. So there's some breaking news right there. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button for all Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles breaking news that we try to cover on this channel. We also cover the games, too. And we keep up with it all. We do Sunday Night Baseball as well. We want to try to do more baseball this year. And so that'll be really awesome. Luis Matos is going to be coming up to the plate for the Giants. We're in the top of the third inning. It's 5-1 Phillies. They put up all 5 of their runs in the bottom of the first. They had a 2-run single by Schwarber, an RBI single by Castellanos, and then Schwarber would then score on a wild pitch, and Bohm had an RBI triple. The pitch to Matos, and he taps it foul. Luis struck out in the first. He tried to make a really nice catch out in center field off of Bohm's hit, but just was not able to hang on. The 0-1 pitch, here it comes. It's swung on and missed. The windup and the 0-2. Ground ball backhanded by Bohm at third. He throws it over to first as he got it up and then got it into his throwing hand. And there's out number 1. Giants have a .505 winning percentage against NL East teams in 2,887 games. 1 out and the pitch to Adames. It's in the dirt for a ball. Phillies have a .499 winning percentage against NL West teams. 1-0 pitch. It's flied out over to left field. Kepler comes jogging on in over towards third, and he'll make the catch. So Matos grounded out to third, and Adames flies out to left. The pitch. It's at 97 miles per hour, right down the middle for strike one. Farhan Zaidi, who was the president of baseball ops for the Giants and general manager for the Dodgers, is back with the Dodgers this year. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit back over towards the mound. And Sanchez has it. Underhand throw over to first is in plenty of time. And the Giants go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We're heading to the bottom of the third, 5-1, Philadelphia. He's listed as a special advisor now of the Dodgers. He was actually with the Dodgers from 2014 to 2018 as their general manager. He's now 48 years old. Sure, you guys hit the thumbs up button. 190 people watching and 69 likes. Let's go. What's up, halftime? Max Coverage TV, what's going on, man? He says, what's going on? The sub count is flying up, bro. Let's go. He said, thanks, dude. I appreciate you. What is going on, Max Coverage TV? I appreciate you for coming on here, man. Guys, make sure that you go like and subscribe to Max Coverage TV. I know I say this a lot when he comes on here, but I really mean it. He does an awesome job covering the Yankees. And Yankees are playing at Steinbrenner Field tonight as they take on the Rays. So that'll be really nice. That'll be cool. Appreciate you for stopping by. Now day 16 pain is manageable. Ugh. That sucks. Sorry about that, Cambodia. Ugh. 4, 5, and 6 are due up in the batting order for the Phillies, and time's going to be called by Hicks. I think that there's an issue with his PitchCom device or something's not right. So he's having a conversation with his catcher, and he's going to get a new piece of equipment. That's what it was. I figured that's what it had to deal with. I mean, I don't know how many times we've had these same issues, and I feel like this is also another reason why you're seeing more of these timeouts, because we've just have had issues with these technology. The pitch, and it's way up high for a ball to Kyle Schwarber at 100 miles per hour. One-0 pitch. That's taken inside. And for those of you that don't know, it's a wireless communication system that's basically used in baseball, and it is supposed to help pitchers and catchers communicate and call pitches, and it's also supposed to call defensive plays without using any visual signals. 1-1, swing and a miss. Sorry, it's 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 to Schwarber, and he hits this one out over to right field, got way underneath it, and Yaz walks over towards his left and stops and catches the can of corn. Even as a Mets fan, I love Max Coverage TV. I do too. I do too. Out number 1 is made. Phillies haven't gotten a hit since Castellanos had the RBI single. And he's up to bat now. 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. The pitch to Casty. He takes a step out of the box, and it was inside anyways. The A's hit 4 homers today, and they just swept the White Sox. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch to Casty, strike 2. It's at the knees. He's 1 for 4 in his career against Jordan Hicks. Here's the 1-2 to Casty, and he just gets a piece of the pie and fouls it back. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. Hicks with 51 pitches already. Gets the signs and throws the pitch outside. Yankees are going to take on the Rays tonight. You guys should go tune in to Max Coverage TV for that. Will Warren's going to pitch, and he's going up against Taj Bradley. The 2-2 delivery. Did Casty go? Check swing. They say that he did over at first base, and out number 2 is recorded. I think he went around too. Yep. Good call. The Halos are out in Texas. They'll play at 8:05. And the Cardinals are in Queens. You should go follow PAS. He'll have you covered for that game. Pitch to Kepler. He hits it sharply, just right over towards the second baseman as they played him the pole. And the throw over the first will get Kepler out. And another 1-2-3 inning. We're going to the 4th. He just went. Going to the 4th. Have any of you ever been to Cooperstown? Have you ever been to Cooperstown? That's my question to you. If so, what was your favorite exhibit, or what was your favorite thing about the Hall of Fame? Anybody been to Cooperstown? If you're on the vertical stream, appreciate you all for tuning on here. If you're on the regular stream too, I appreciate you guys for being on here too. I forgot to go live on TikTok. We're going to do that right now. If you are, it says it's sending the data. If you're over on TikTok, hello. Welcome aboard. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go live for Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles games, and we try to cover you with breaking news as well. Phillies lead at 5-1. We're in the top of the 4th inning, and Christopher Sanchez is back out there for his 4th frame. John Moore says, I have very young, though. We used to play tournaments up there. Beautiful fields. I'm from the Buffalo area. Wow, that's really nice. Cambodia said 1984 lately. Or 1984, maybe. The ball is 1 strike. And here's the pitch. It's in there for strike 1. We were there the day that Schmidt and Ashburn were inducted. Huge crowd, and it was a hot day. Not yet, but it's on my bucket list. Saw the Scorpions, Foreigner, Iron Maiden, Motley Crue on back-to-back days. Mushrooms were involved. 0-2. That's down in the dirt for a ball. "5-1 Phils. They scored all 5 of their runs in the bottom of the first. The 1-2 from Sanchez. Swing and a miss. Christopher Sanchez has had that changeup in his bag today. 6 strikeouts, all via changeup. Ridiculous. I'm not even going to play all those cha-changs. Yeah, been to Cooperstown, and favorite was the Women's All-American Baseball League. Yeah, that was one of mine, too. I loved that. 1 out, we're in the top of the 4th, and the pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. How do we get all 5 of our runs? Well, we got a 2-run single from Schwarber, an RBI single from Nick Castellanos, a wild pitch, and then an RBI triple by Bohm. 0-1, swing and a miss. Some people would say it was a misjudge out there by Matos in center field. I thought it was a tough catch, but it was a good swing. Here's the 0-2. It's down. Oh my gosh, Darth Boo. A 1-2 pitch. Another changeup that swung on and missed. And the Giants just cannot solve Christopher Sanchez today. It's like every time that it just gets released, they just get so tricked up on it. Here comes Fitzgerald, and there's a check swing foul ball towards the first base side. My son just came into the room crying, and I asked him, "What's wrong, buddy?" He was sad that less than half the people hit the like button so far. Please help my son. Oh, my gosh. You're ridiculous. 0-1, another changeup that swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez kicks and fires. Another changeup that swung on and missed again. 8 strikeouts by Sanchez, and he strikes out all 3 batters that he faces in the top of the 4th. And so it's time to go to the bottom of the 4th. Sanchez, have yourself a day. Wow. That's unbelievable. He is on one for sure. All right, it's time now for On This Day in Phillies History. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. Okay. Today is April 17th. Time is just flying. Of course, this is from Broad and Pattison. Did you know that in 1969 on this day, Bill Stoneman of Montreal pitched a 7-0 no-hitter against the Phillies in only the 9th game of the Expos' existence? In 1976, Mike Schmidt went 5 for 6 with 4 homers and 8 RBIs in an 18-16 victory over at Wrigley Field. He had 2 homers off of Rick Ruschel, one off of his brother Paul, and one off of Mike Garman to tie a major league record for most homers in an extra inning game. Then he did it again for 3 years later. The pitch to JT, and it's taken for strike one. In 1996, the Phillies actually tied an NL record by recording 21 infield assists in a 9-inning game at Montreal. 9 were by Kevin Stocker, and 8 were by Todd Zielli. Please tell me if I'm saying that correct. The Phillies actually won that game 9-3. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. The pitch. That's taken down for a ball. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. What's up, Cam? The 2-1 to JT. It's outside, but it's a called strike. Hicks is still pitching, by the way. 58 total pitches. He is settled in, it seems. 2-2 pitch is in the dirt. '99 likes, 232 people tuning on in. Let's try to get to 200. Almost halfway there. The 3-2 to JT. Check swing. Did he go? And they say no, he did not. And he is jogging on over to first base. And so Realmuto is aboard. That's the first base runner since Trey Turner got on with a hit by pitch in the 2nd inning. Then he was caught. Now it's Bohm. 5-1 Philadelphia. And Bohm takes it in the dirt for a ball. Wind seemed to be blowing in. There's a throw back to first, and JT is safe. Throw back to first is not in time. Did you realize this? I mean, I didn't really think about it, but the Giants, the Dodgers, the Padres, and the Diamondbacks have the 4 best records in baseball. And yet they're all in the same division. 1-0 pitch, and there's a foul ball. And the Diamondbacks are in 4th place in their division. Here's the 1-1. The Bohm swung on and missed. JT leads off, and time is granted to Bohm, and Hicks threw the pitch anyways. And Hicks was like, come on, man. And the umpire's going out over to talk to him, along with Huff. I mean, he called for time pretty late, I'm not going to lie. And Hicks was chirping at the umpire, saying, come on. Here's the 1-2 to Bohm, and there's a chopper hit over to second base. They'll flip to shortstop. There's one barehanded throw over to first. Nice play. Very nice play. 4-6-3 on that one there. Casa caught it with his bare hand after it was fielded perfectly by Fitzgerald, and then he just had to turn and throw it over to first base. A nice dig out, too, by the first baseman, Schmidt. So there's going to be time called on the mound. That double play was nasty. It was. JP Martinez, who is the pitching coach for the Giants, just went out there to talk things over. And try to calm Hicks down. Here's the pitch to Rojas, swing and a miss at 101 on the gun. They promoted him last year to pitching coach, filling a vacancy that was created by Brian Price. He stepped down after one season on Bob Melvin's coaching staff. He was the Giants' assistant pitching coach for the past couple of seasons and was under Gabe Kapler and Melvin. The 1-1, that's low and outside for a ball. He actually grew up rooting for the Giants because he was from Mill Valley, California. 2-1, that's outside for ball 3. Ever since the first inning, the Phillies have not been able to create any sort of noise. Time granted to Johan Rojas. And they'll readjust the batting gloves, step outside of the box, and step back in. His white batting gloves on. Hitting from the right side. 3-1, swing and a miss. Got a sinker with a lot of gas. In triple figures. The 3-2, outside and low for ball 4. And that pitch came at 102 miles per hour. That's the second walk allowed in the inning by Hicks. So far his line today, 3 2/3, 5 earned runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And for Sanchez, 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 8 punch-outs for him. And Stott is coming up. And Stott will take down. It's a fastball. His average sits at 276. And he's 1 for 2 today. They'll throw it back over to first, and Rojas is safe. Marsh is listed as day-to-day, by the way. I don't know if I told you guys that. The pitch is inside. The throw to second base, and Rojas is safe. 2 balls and no strikes, and Rojas got a very good jump. And he would have been safe anyways. The ball was actually dropped by the shortstop. But Rojas got a very, very good jump and a good read on that play. He's fast. He's really fast. The pitch. Strike 1. Doesn't matter how fast you throw it, it's always about where you're throwing it. The 2-1 pitch, and that was a beautiful sweeper. That caught the upper tier of the inside corner for strike 2. Be nice for him to get the hit here. Try to go down the opposite way. The 2 to the stop, and he shoots a foul. So as we mentioned, Marsh is listed as a day of the day. He's having his right knee examined by team doctors after he tweaked it on a play out in center field. The 2-2. And that's way outside for ball 3. So my mistake about that. He tweaked it last night. I thought that he just slipped, but that was on that base hit by Lee. This is the 7-3 ball 2 strike count that Hicks has gotten into today. And what's going to come here? The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. And Stock goes down looking on strikes. So 2 walks in this inning, but nothing else to it. And we're going to the 5th. It's still 5-1 Philadelphia in Game 4 of this series versus the Giants. What's up, folks? Take your time coming back, says Marsh, or says Hardcore. If you guys want to become a member, it's $2.99 a month. Okay, my mods will post the link to the memberships down below, and you shall see it in the live chat. And you get access to some awesome emojis, really, really cool emotes. I am gonna be doing. I promised this to some of the San Fran fans on here. I said that I would try to do a couple of Giants games because, I think that it's kind of cool that we're trying to figure out how we can grow as a baseball community too. So we're doing the Sunday night games, and we'll sprinkle in some Giants games. We're going to do one on Saturday because the Phillies are on in the afternoon. I will actually not be on in the afternoon on Saturday. I am going to have somebody filling in for me. We're figuring that stuff out now. But yeah, so the Giants will be playing Saturday night, and I will be on for that game. That'll be kind of cool. But again, if you guys want to become a member, it's $2.99 a month. My name is Jason. I'm from South Jersey. Just a little bit about me. I went to school at Rowan University. I graduated in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree and a concentration in broadcasting. And I've been doing this for 3 years. This is my 3rd year of being on YouTube. And it's been cool. First pitch is in there for a strike. Yaz is up, lefty versus lefty. And the next pitch is outside and low for a ball. I got to do some minor league baseball for the Wilmington Blue Rocks, who are the high A affiliate of the Washington Nationals. It's weird to see like all these guys up now with them because I was calling their games. It's wild. 1-1, and there's a ground ball. Rolled over to shortstop, and Turner bobbles it. It goes underneath his glove, and Yaz is going to pump the brakes over at first base, and he is aboard. More defensive mistakes by Trey Turner at shortstop. But yeah, and I also got to do some Blue Coats games as well. Easy ground ball. And he actually got it off of the tippy part of the glove, and he was mad in the moment, but you got to go for the ball. Yaz could have been over at second if it weren't for the left fielder getting over to it. Pitch from Sanchez, and it's in the dirt for a ball. Here comes Sam Huff to the plate. He walked his first time up. He's catching for Patrick Bailey today. 1-0. It's in the dirt for ball 2. You're good, JJ. Farm Leagues, yeah. I was lucky because my school was able to give me that opportunity, and that was awesome. And then I interned at NFL Films after I graduated from college. And the 2-0 pitches in there for a strike. And long story short, I went back to school. I met Scott Fransky, who was the radio play-by-play announcer for the Phillies, and he said, you got to get reps. You really do. You got to be able to get reps if you want to go far in this business. You just got to call games. You can't just be doing 1 to 2 games a week. If you want to do this every day, you got to do it every day. Next pitch is taken for ball 2, and so this created a little animal out of me. So I still do some broadcasting on the side, but I have been really taking a focus on this. And it's been cool. 2-2. It's down for ball 3. We're also a city of brotherly love, but we have a different kind. Your fans are awesome. My dad's a Giants fan. Your fans are very, very awesome. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the windup and the pitch. There's a ground ball rolled over to shortstop. Turner throws it over to second for 1, and the throw over to first is in time for a double play. And there's 2 outs. So Turner makes up for it. And Christian Koss is coming up. Reps, they're so true. Yeah, it's reps, and, you know, like, it's not even just that. It's also just getting eyeballs, right? The pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. And this is like the perfect way to do it. 0-1. And the pitch is down for a ball. Sanchez has 63 pitches. There's 2 outs. We're in the top of the 5th. There's nobody on. 5-1 Philadelphia. And Sanchez kicks and fires. The pitch is grounded past the dive of both Harper and Stott out to right field. And so there's a runner over at first base. Sanchez looking good so far, JJ. Yeah, he is. He's that changeup. He has gotten Giants hitters to strike out 8 times on that changeup. That was also the first hit that he has allowed since the first inning. Sanchez stares back at first base, and now back to the plate. And there's a chopper hit over to third base. Bohm reaches up, grabs it, throws it over to first, and out number 3 is recorded. So Matos grounds out to third. It's 5-3 on the putout. And we're going to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-1 Phillies. We have 239 people tuning on in. Larry says, "Don't listen to JJ. Giants people. He's very biased." No, they're really nice people, man. I have a lot of respect for the Giants organization. I do. Willie Mays, McCovey. Even though I didn't get to obviously watch McCovey, he's one of my favorite players to study. He is. What's cool about YouTube is your audience can participate in real time. Yeah, it's, there's a lot of cool things about it, right? Baseball, there's a lot of subscriptions to certain things like Apple TV, MLB.TV, cable, ESPN. There's a Roku TV. Like, there's endless amounts of streaming services that are out there, and it's ridiculous that people have to, paying customers have to pay for that. And so YouTube is a nice little getaway, because it's a good alternate route to listen to for those people that don't have radio, or for those people that are out of the area that don't want to have to pay for like the TuneIn apps or SiriusXM or all that stuff. So it's a very nice feature for sure. Yeah. Bonds. Wasn't really much of a Bonds guy. I started watching baseball heavily in '06. So I remember Freddie Sanchez as a Giant. I remember Randy Wynn. 1 ball, no strikes. Marco Scutaro. I think he was a Giant too, right? 1-0 pitch. Ground ball bobbled by Adames. And that's the same mistake that Trey Turner made, but Trey's going to get on with an E6. Is that the second time he's gotten on with an error today? No. Randy Wynn, Freddie Sanchez, who else? Barry Zito. Remember him. I remember Barry. Jonathan Sanchez. Punch, counter punch. What's up, Laura? There's a runner on over at first, and the pitch to Harper was low, but he sends it out over to left field, and on the run to make the catch is Ramos. And Turner is safe over at first base. Harper went fishing after that pitch, and I was actually surprised he hit it that far. We are cool with all fans here. Absolutely. Absolutely. We welcome everybody aboard. But seriously, look, we have a good chat. You know, we have an interesting group of personalities. We have Waldorf, who's chatting, Couch, Punter Couch. We have a good group of characters. Jeff Kent, Jeff Keppinger, right? Wasn't Keppinger a Giant too? Benji Molina. No ball is 1 strike. And the toss bat to first, and Turner is safe. Hardcore here, I suppose we have to be. You're interesting. 0-1, the Schwarber. There's a foul ball. After the game is done, if you guys want to call into the show, 610-314-0844 is the phone number. So to the Schwarber. It's down for a ball. Keppinger was the Astros, maybe. Cody Ross. And I think Giants, the guy that pops in my head is Tim Lincecum. Yep. Because he was on for me, because he was on the cover of 2K. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Schwarber, ground ball past the dive of Adames out to left field. And Schwarber gets on with a single. So that's going to put 2 runners on base, and here comes Nick Castellanos to the plate. That's the first hit that the Phillies have actually had since Casty's RBI single. Here we go. Make some noise, chat. Let's go. Timeout is called, and Martinez will have a word with the infielders, Huff, and of course Hicks. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Trying to get to 200 today. We're at 126. Jarvis, thanks so much for the sub. For those of you that have subbed to the channel, I really appreciate it. Shout yourselves out in the chat. Don't troll. I really want to call out my brand new subs today. Fidel, I think, subbed. Here comes Castellanos, the pitch to Castellanos, ground ball hit over to second base, the throw to shortstop, there's one, the throw to first, and it's not in time. Schmidt had to jump and make the catch, he could not keep his foot on the bag, and Castellanos safe over at first base. Schmidt could not keep his foot on the bag, he had to jump up and make the catch. The throw was a little bit high, it was, and by the time Casti got there, I think his right foot just got on the bag. His left foot, that is. It's tough. I don't know if the Giants are going to challenge this. And they will. That was a high throw. So they're challenging this. I think his foot was just on the bag, Schmidt. I think Schmidt, by the time he came down with his right foot, right there, less than half a step. Really less than a quarter of a step. So the call is overturned, and Castellanos grounds into a double play. And the inning is over. We're going to the sixth. I think that was the right call. We are going to the sixth. Should the name Schmidt be retired from baseball, or Schmidt? No. That's mean. What if you have a good player whose last name is Schmidt? Isn't Clark Schmidt in the league? If you guys want to call on into the show again, sure you do that. Yeah, Clark Schmidt's on the Yankees. Yeah. That's the only other Schmidt that I know of. Whew. Zach Wheeler bobblehead night. That should be nice. There we go. No hablo español, mi amigo. Lo siento, amiga. No habla. No hablo español. There we go. Because it's me, and I'm a guy. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. Brain freeze. Didn't even have any ice cream today. You guys get brain freezes from ice cream? Or tooth freezes? Ugh. It sucks. There's one little fella that's happy to be there and is getting the center of attention on camera. She's in her pink PJs. She was stretching, and she was showing mommy how she stretches. 1 ball, no strikes in the pitch. And that is swung on a miss. Yeah, well, somebody in my chat spoke Spanish too. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch from Sanchez, way outside for ball 2. Of course, eat slower. Yeah, but you don't want the ice cream to fully melt. So, like, you're not even, like, I could wait, like, for a minute, and yet I'd still get it. The pitch, and there's a fly ball, hit out over to left field, and it's caught by Kepler right towards the track. Okay. Nobody ever gets brain freezes from ice cream? Legit? I highly doubt that. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball. And it's backhanded by Turner. The throw over to first, and Harper can't make the catch. It was wide. It was a bullet thrown by Trey. And so Harper tried to extend it, and it just went in and out of the glove. I can't take any of you seriously. I really can't. The pitch, and there's a foul ball. So are they going to call that an E6? It's Matt Chapman who's up at the plate, by the way. There's one out. We're in the top of the sixth. It's 5-1 Phils. Chapman's 1 for 2. He's in the box, sitting on the right side. And Sanchez kicks, steals. It's low. There's another little fella. Happy to be in daddy's arms. He has a blue jean jacket on along with a red Phillies shirt with a blue bell. And he has the white and red Phillies baseball cap with the P. And he's smiling. The pitch. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, they do call it a throw in there. Sanchez throws a changeup, and it's in the dirt for a ball. Sanchez hasn't gotten a strikeout since the 4th inning. .74 pitches for Christopher Sanchez. The 2-2, here it comes, and there's a fly ball hit out over to deep left field, and Chapman sends that one out of here. And so it's a 5-3 ball game here in the top of the 6th, and Matt Chapman tees off. He has driven in all 3 runs for the Giants today. Well, Teoscar Hernandez was Christopher Sanchez's kryptonite when the Dodgers came to town. And it seems like Chapman has been the kryptonite for Sanchez from the Giants' perspective. Schmidt will take a strike at the kneecaps. He has struck out twice in this afternoon's game. 5-3 Philadelphia. We're in the top of the 6th. Sanchez will get set at the logo, and he deals, and it's just, and I mean just, fouled off. The ball's 2 strikes. Schmidt's average at just $1.90. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. For the 3rd time today, Sanchez has struck out Schmidt, and he gets 9 Ks on the afternoon. And Fitzgerald, who has also been a strikeout victim 2 times against Sanchez, is coming up. Fitzy will show bunt, and the pitch was low, and he tried to take a jab at it, and he missed at it pretty badly. So therefore, it's an 0-1 count. Oh, 1, And it's a ground ball. It's a foul ball, though, towards the first base side. Tyler Fitzgerald from Springfield, Illinois. Listed as a shortstop, a center fielder, and a second baseman. Selected as a fourth-round pick back in the 2019 draft by the Giants. And he takes the next pitch, and it's a 1-2 count. He's been on the roster since September 21st of 2023. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Christopher Sanchez has struck out Schmidt and Fitzgerald all 3 times today. And, well, we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 5-3 Philadelphia. You know what bugs me? I keep score, and I cannot stand it when I skip over an inning. It bugs the heck out of me. And I don't know how I do that sometimes. And guess what? I was looking, and I put my stuff in for the 7th inning and not for the 6th inning. It's crazy. 10 shares for 10 strikeouts. All right. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Still have 218 people on here watching. It's pretty nice. You guys are obviously more than welcome to donate to the channel. All donations do go to better equipment and making and growing the channel. Obviously, you don't have to, but just leaving a like and leaving a subscribe button is really just all that I really do ask for. But that is an option. JJ, you're quiet. Are you sad? Nope. Some people get this misconception that like when you're quiet and you're streaming, you're down and you're sad. No, I'm in my happy place. The pitch. That's 1 ball, no strikes as we start off the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-3. The Giants just cut it to a 2-run deficit thanks to a 2-run bomb by Matt Chapman. 1 ball, no strikes. Hicks is still pitching. Just allowed 5 runs in that first inning, and he has settled down ever since then. He's only given up 1 hit. Kepler is up. He's 0 for 2. He fouled out, and he also grounded out as well. Righty versus lefty. Hicks will get set at the belt, and he deals. And Kepler fouls it back. Here's the 1-1. It's slapped over towards the third base side, scooped up by the third baseman Chapman, and he throws it over to first and 1 away. Oh, they did what I asked. They got to the Giants early because I figured as it was going to get later, it was going to be tougher to see. And they've done that. Right, like I'm quiet because I don't need to add to the moment. Yeah. That's right. The pitch. There's a sinker that just misses inside for ball 1. The 1-0 chopped foul. Five seconds left on the pitch clock. Hicks gets the signs and delivers. It's outside. This is the 4th time in Sanchez's career that he has gotten 10 or more strikeouts. 2-1 offering. Foul ball. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts for Hicks. Two gone. And Bohm gets jammed on a pitch and grounds it over to third base. And Chapman, well, he has had a little bit of work over these last couple of innings. He throws it over to first. And the inning is over. The side is retired. We're going to the 7th inning. It's 5-3 Philadelphia. Okay, we're going to go say hi to a streamer real quick. We're going to go raid somebody and go say hi to them and say play-by-play with JJ Raid. And that is Mitchkovsky. Okay? We're going to go say hi to Mitch. Yeah, we'll be right back. Here's the link. It's right here. See you soon. Go say hi.
The burner account and just being a troll online.
Yeah, you do that. He does do that. And you could look back at the numbers and say, well, he's the guy that bounces around to big threes and needs to be on a super
Shout out to my guy, man.
I mean, it could be wrong. There could be plenty of interviews where KD says this, but I don't remember an interview where KD's like, oh, I got to latch on somewhere and get a title next year. Or I got to find me. I mean, I don't blame anyone for trying to do that either, so I wouldn't blame him for trying. I mean, number one, quit getting the James Hardens in your big threes. Maybe that's one of your problems.
Well, now he did a. Is he in a big three right now?
I don't count
Kawhi.
Three. I'd never count
Kawhi and Powell, I guess. Yeah, shout out to everybody. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys.
With the Suns, even though Beal, he can be a consistent player and a great shooter.
So Sosa's now playing out in left field, and Kepler will slide on over to right as Castellanos is out of the ball game. So Sosa takes over for Casty in the batting order. 1 ball, no strikes to Mike Yastrzemski, who's 0 for 2 and reached on an error back in the 5th. Sanchez, the lefty, versus Yaz, the lefty. And Sanchez will kick and deal, and he throws a pitch painted perfectly on the outside corner for strike 1. He's ready to throw again, and the next pitch is way inside, and they got just a piece of the jersey of Yastrzemski, and the tying run is going to be coming up to the plate. But Rob says, hold your horses for a second, and the Phillies might take a look at this. Let's see if it got a piece of him. Yeah. You could see that it got the piece of the top of his arm. You could see movement in the jersey, so that's a hit by pitch. They say play on. Huff is up, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. You guys remember Aubrey Huff? There's another former Giant. This is Sam Huff. 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss on a changeup that was low and way outside. Orion Kirkering warming up in the bullpen. No balls, 2 strikes. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock, and here's the 0-2. Another swing and a miss on another changeup. This time it was a little bit more over the outside part of the plate. 11 strikeouts for Sanchez, and that's a career high for him. Shout out to Sanchez. I know he's had at least 10 strikeouts with that changeup. I think he has all 11, though, for some reason. Here's another changeup in the same spot, and it's swung on and missed by Christian Koss. Aubrey Huff, Bryce Huff, Jay Huff from the Memphis Grizzlies. There's a lot of Huffs. I didn't really think about that as athletes. The ball is 1 strike, the windup and the pitch, and it's way outside. JJ, who are you going for in the NBA playoffs? Honestly, I don't really have a rooting interest. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Foul ball. JJ, it's 12 strikeouts. Nope, it's 11. He has 11. It's right on ESPN. It was right on NBC Sports. Here's the 1-2, and that's strikeout number 12. So there you go. Sanchez able to get Christian Koss looking at a called strike 3. Give him a dozen Ks today. Whew. 2 gone, top of the 7th inning. And Matos is due up. And he takes strike 1. 93 pitches by Sanchez. Now he has 12. Here's the 0-1, and it's high for a ball. Adames waits up next. 1-1, swing and a miss. That changeup that was inside and low, that movement was disgusting. Oof. It's 1-2. He's looking for strikeout number 13. Will he get it here? Here's the 1-2. It's way outside. Don't know why Casty was removed. Oh, they just said that he has left hip flexor tightness. The 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. Hit over towards second base. And the throw over to first is just in time. Stott tried to tag the bag at second as he was down. But the runner at second was safe. And then he threw it from his knees over to first. And was just barely able to get Matos out. And so we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 5-3 Philadelphia. Okay, I'm going to ask you a Philadelphia Phillies trivia question. And if you get it wrong, you will hear this. If you get it right, you will hear this. This one's a little bit more advanced. I will tell you that from the jump. Okay, so the longest tenured PA announcer for the Phillies, who still is their PA announcer, it's Dan Baker. Okay? Baker's been doing it for over 50 years. And I want to know who is the second longest ranking Phillies PA announcer. I wanted to go a little bit off the board today. So let me know. We're pretty advanced. PA announcer. Anybody want to guess? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Comes Yohan Rojas to the plate, and he fouls off the first pitch. The guy's name is Pete Byron. He handled the chores at Shibe Park / Connie Mack Stadium from 1951 to 1964. He was the previous longest. Byron was also well known as an announcer for boxing events in Philadelphia as well. No balls and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 7th. It's 5-3. He did it from, as I mentioned, from 1951 to 1964. 0-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. Rolled over to shortstop. And Adames has it. Throws over to first. And beating it out is Rojas. Well, he hustled there. And so Yohan gets aboard. I can't just make it easy for y'all. I gotta spice it up a little bit. The Giants are gonna challenge this. Let's see. Koss threw it on over to first. By the way, that's not Adames. And they have a case. He's out. He's out. Good challenge there by Bob Melvin. Who was Connie Mack? Oh my gosh, you don't know Connie Mack Ballpark? He's out. So, quick overturn. And Rojas is out. All right, thanks, Scott. Oof. The pitch. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Uh-oh. This thing broke. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. It's inside for ball 3. The 3-0 pitch. It's down for a ball. Now, PA announcer. PA is a public address announcer. Not Pennsylvania. Hicks has 101 pitches. I am shocked that he's lasted this long. I mean, besides the first, he's been pretty good. We're in the bottom of the 7th. There's 1 out. And the pitch to Trey Turner is inside for a ball. Trey tried to call for time. and he wasn't granted it. He was complaining to the home plate umpire, so I assume that's what it was. 1-0 pitch. It's in the dirt. Two and 0 is the count to Trey Turner. If you guys want to call on in and leave a voicemail message, you can. Talk to me about the Phillies. Or if you're a Giants fan, you can talk about the Giants too. And yeah, we'll have a post-game show after the game is done. I should actually get that ready right now. I am. Giants do have Eric Miller warming up in their bullpen. Two balls, no strikes to Trey Turner. Hicks kicks and delivers. And it's taken inside. They try to appeal. And the first base umpire says no. They say that he did go. They didn't show his reaction. So it was hard to tell, but it's 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch to Trey. Ground ball. Hit over to second base. The tag. The second. There's 1. The throw to first. There's 2. A double play. 4-3. And it's time to go to the 8th. Still 5-3. Philadelphia. Okay, I'm going to take another step off. I'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Orion Kirkering is going to pitch. It's no balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1 is down for a ball. Jordan Hicks was not happy with something and was looking at the Phillies dugout as he was going back into his dugout. And I don't know what was going on, but umpire Phil Cuzzy did say something to him afterwards. I think it went back to that one call that that Bohm had where he was calling for time and he was not happy. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Willy Adames. Orion Kirkering will get set at the belt, and he kicks, fires the pitch, swing and a miss, and Kirkering gets a strikeout, and there's the first out of the 8th inning. That's the 13th time that the Giants have struck out today. The pitch. Foul ball. Oh, 1. Another foul ball here. Perkins had a very good year for the Phillies. He's facing Elliot Ramos. And Ramos lays off the 0-2. It's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phillies today 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Giants 1 for 2. They've left 4 guys on base. The pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 2. Orion gets set and fires the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him the chase after a 98-mile-per-hour heater that was on the upper third of the zone, right down the center of the plate. That's 2 strikeouts in this inning. Back-to-back strikeouts. And that's also 4. The Phillies pitching staff has struck out 4 out of the last 5 Giants batters. The pitch to Chapman, he takes it for strike 1. He's delivered all 3 runs today, Matt Chapman. He's been putting the Giants on his back. 0-1 pitch, and Orion will get the call. He threw a cutter at 98 miles per hour. And time is granted to Matt Chapman. The ball is 2 strikes. Orion, 24 years old. Just turned 24. Here's the 0-2, and it's wide. Orion has pitched in 72 innings during his career so far. He's only allowed 18 earned runs, 2 homers, and 85 strikeouts. The pitch. There's a high bouncer hit over to third base. Bohm has it. Sidearm throw over to first, and Chapman is retired. Bottom of the 8th coming up for the Phillies, as they are 3 outs away from trying to seal the deal and take a banana split. Let's go. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. Kirk goes right at him. He does. Speaking of coasters, that's the sound that a coaster makes when you have a beverage that drips from how cold it is. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I don't run ads on my channel right now, but I do like to promote the channel, obviously. And I think that this is probably one of the best that you're going to get. Hello, JJ. Hello. Hi. It's nice to see you all. You know, every day I wake up and I think to myself how blessed I am. How blessed I am to be able to put on these headsets and just be able to do what I'm really passionate about. I don't take that for granted. And it's really nice how I think that we're getting more people that are interested in this field now more than ever, just because of what's available to us. And I know that I say that I do Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles games on here, but I also love being able to talk to people that are interested in doing what I do. So if you know other people that, you know, are going to school for broadcasting or that are interested in this, please tell them about our channel, because I want other people to reach out to me, and I like spreading words of wisdom if people want that, or if people want me to listen to their tapes or whatever it is. just to network with people. It's always really nice. So that's all I wanted to say. And hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Eric Miller's pitching. It's lefty versus lefty. Harper is ahead in the count 2-0. The first pitch was inside, and the second pitch was outside. Miller has pitched in 6 1/3. He has not given up a run so far this season. Here's the 2-0 to Bryce, and he fouls it off. STFU. 2-1. Check swing. Did he go? And they say that he did not. God bless us all. Miller kicks and delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss on a high cheese fastball. JJ, 76ers prediction for the draft. What's up, Vincent? Here's the 3-2 to Bryce. They appeal. No swing, and Harper is going to go on over to first base. Harper, tell you this, Harper's been walking more. And he's been very patient at the plate, I would say. I mean, he flied out to left his last time up, which was back in the 5th, as the pitch was actually heading into the dirt. I don't know how he hit it that far, but he did. JJ, predictions for the Sixers draft? No clue. Are we even getting a draft pick is the question. The pitch to Schwarber, it's a little bit outside, but the pitcher gets the call. And strike one. Are we getting the pick? Where are we landing? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Here's the 0-1. It's wide for a ball. What's my question is, what are the Eagles going to do with their first pick? That's my bigger question that I have now, because that's coming up next week. And guess who's covering it? We are. Phillies are off that day. Toss back over to first, not in time. Think of how boring your accounting degree would have been, JJ. I didn't go to school for accounting. But yeah. 1-1, swing and a miss. One ball, 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber. Miller kicks and delivers, and the pitch is taken down for a ball. Heading over to second base will be Bryce Harper as the ball gets away from the catcher, Sam Huff, and Harper's in scoring position. That's the second wild pitch today. Alvarado's warming up in the bullpen. He will close it out for the Phillies. The 2-2 to Kyle. It's low and outside. Low and outside for ball 3. Ten seconds left on the pitch clock. A big shadow over towards the first base side. The 3-2 high for ball 4. And there is walk number 2 allowed by Miller. And Edmundo Sosa is coming up. Remember, Castellanos was taken out of the game with a left hip flexor. So he's going to get a chance to pinch hit here. Some of the fans are standing up. Harper's at second. Schwarber's over at first. Nobody out. The first pitch to Sosa, and he taps it foul towards the first base side. Let's get up, chat. Charge! 0-1 to Edmundo. And Miller thought about throwing back at second as Harper was dancing off the bag. And Harper jogs back in there safely without a throw. He'll look back at second again. He says, stay over there, Bryce. And the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to get by Huff again. He's been struggling behind the plate, and that's going to put 2 runners in scoring position. He is not at a good day blocking these pitches, Sam Huff. How did that even get under him? I don't know. It went right through the wickets. He thought it was going to bounce a little bit higher. That was on him. 1-1. That's fouled away. They do call it a wild pitch. It's not a pass ball. One could argue, though, that it could be the other way. Sosa's 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Where are my members at? 1-2, and that's way outside as Huff had to shuffle his feet just to get over to the ball. Miller kicks and fires, and Sosa spoils a pitch that was in the dirt, or was heading towards the dirt, and stays alive. I don't have any crowd noise. And it's a little bit corny when you do it. I've tried it. It doesn't work. I've tried it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch to Sosa. He fights it off. It's hit out over to right field. Is it deep enough for Harper to tag? Let's see. Yaz will make the catch. The throw is drawn over to home. And Harper is safe. And going over to third is Schwarber. A sac fly for the Phils. Productive at bat by Sosa. It was deep enough to get Harper to score. He had one thing in mind. And Schwarber's over at third now. Here comes Kepler to the plate, and he'll ground this one foul. Nice work. Second and third, no out, odds of us scoring .003. Look at Mr. Positive. Mr. Pessimism. 6-3, and the pitch fouled back. That's why he's Waldorf. And he knows it. He likes the attention. Open 2 is the count to Kep. And the pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. That slider was not even a nasty pitch, but swung on and missed for out number 2. We got a $5 super chat from our boy Vincent. Vincent, I appreciate you so much, man. Our first super chatter of the day. Appreciate you. That's going to be it for Eric Miller. His afternoon is done. And we will bring in another pitcher. We'll get you the name in just a few moments. Okay. I think their closer is that Ryan, don't tell me his last name. Ryan, I want to say Ryan Franklin. Ryan Walker. Ryan Franklin. Oof, that's a throwback name. Vincent, I appreciate you for the super chat, man. Really do. Giants stink. New York Giants stink. I hear you. The Giants stink. Yeah, no, they won 2 games in this series, and yet they're 13-5. Don't give them any chalkboard material, my friend. They're better than we are right now. will behave under my breath for 10 seconds. JJ didn't tell you about us, RB. RB deals with all of you types of guys. RB has seen it all. I remember when John said that. It was funny. I saw it. I was in chat. I didn't say anything. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. And hit the bell icons as well. There's 6-3 Phillies. They put up 5 of their 6 runs in the bottom of the first, by the way. The Phillies were able to get a RBI single from Kyle Schwarber, or a 2-run single by Schwarber, I should say, and then an RBI single by Cassie. Schwarber would then score a wild pitch, and then Bohm had an RBI triple out over to center field to make it 5-1. Chapman had an RBI single in the top of the first, and then he had a 2-run homer in the top of the 6th to make it 5-3. And then Sosa just had a sac fly to make it 6-3 Philadelphia in the bottom of the 8th. We're still in the bottom of the 8th. There's 2 outs, 1 ball, no strikes to JT Realmuto. Tyler Rogers is pitching, and the 1-0 delivery is in there for a strike. Tyler's 34 years old now. He is tall, 6 feet 3 inches tall, 180 pounds. From Denver, Colorado, has a 1 ERA this year and a .78 whip. He's been very good so far. The only hiccup he had was the earned run that he gave up to the Yankees. It was a home run. As the pitch is fouled away. It was a Jazz Chisholm home run. The 1-2 pitch to JT, swing and a miss, and JT strikes out. And we're going to the 9th inning. That's the 3rd time today that JT has struck out swinging. Okay, we're back. A tall drink of water, says Cambodia. Way to keep it PG. What? He's cute. That's true. Yeah, it's funny. After the game is done, okay, please come on and come talk to me. It's 610-314-0844. Larry said it's too early to talk to JJ. It is never too early to talk to JJ. I saw him say that last night. He said it's too early to call on in. No, it's not. You can call in at any time, okay? 610-314-0844 is the phone number. We also are on Discord. You can call in on Discord, too, as we are live. You can leave a voicemail message on the phone number, and you can also leave a text as well and talk to me about this game. So let's do it. Oh, Broken Bell. I remember him. Yeah, that was... we have not had to deal with those types of people, thank God, at all right now. Notice how if I set today, I put subscriber mode on today. I wanted to try it out. So if you're subscribing to the channel, you're more likely not to be a troll. Great games in this series. I agree. I imagine JJ calling the game on stage and everyone watching in the seats, and then John and Larry heckling from the balcony. Yep. We actually 2 years ago, I remember, no, it was last year. No, it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I remember there was a power outage somewhere, and people were at a bar. There was somebody that came on and was like, yo, we're at a bar, okay, like I'm the bartender, and we're out of power, and we're all listening to you. And as soon as... I think it was Casty who hit the home run. He said everybody was going nuts in the dark just listening to this call. And I was like, wow, that's special. That's really special. We're in the top of the 9th. The pitch, it's a foul ball by Clark Schmidt. Or Casey Schmidt, that is, really. Schmidt. His is SCHMIDT. And Casey's is SCHMITT. The pitch on the way. Line drive hit out over to left field, and Sosa will make the grab. And out number one is recorded as Alvarado gets the first out of the inning. That was really cool. Yeah, imagine like you have like 40 people that are at a bar that can't tune into the Phillies game, and then you just hear them like roaring after you call a home run. That's sick. Speaking of home runs, here's a high fly ball hit out to deep left field, and Fitzgerald goes yard, takes advantage of a meatball out over the middle of the plate, and it's a 2-run ball game. They don't die. The Giants don't die, and Yaz is due up next. Fitzgerald just teed that thing off. Good swing. It was not Chicken Wrangler, no. That was not Chicken Wrangler. All right, here's Wilmer Flores. They're going to call him in to pinch hit. He's a 257. He has a 257 average as a pinch hitter. The first pitch was a little bit high, but it's a called strike. Phil Cuzzy called that a strike. That's the second homer of the season, by the way, by Fitzy. The pitch, it's a breaking ball, and it's in the dirt for ball one. Next time the Giants play the Phillies will be in July, from the 7th to the 9th. Here's the 1-1 to Flores. There's a bouncer hit over to shortstop. Turner has it, spins, turns, throws over to first, and it's in time to get Wilmer Flores. You have to squint your eyes a little bit, and you sort of cringe whenever the ball's hit over his way now. But there's out number two, regardless, and it's all up to Sam Huff as he's coming up to the plate. All right, one more. Let's go. 10 more subs so we get to 54-50. Let's go. Let's go. And don't forget to call in after the game. And guess who's coming up? Doesn't matter if it's a lefty. Bob Melvin decides to go with Jung-Hoo Lee. Take notes, Rob. Take notes. Lee is going to come on up, and he'll face Jose Alvarado. He's pinch hitting for Sam Huff. Two outs, top of the 9th inning. Alvarado kicks, deals, and Lee bounces it foul. That came at 100 miles per hour, and it was a sinker. Alvarado gets set and fires a 99 mile per hour sinker that's a hair outside. And a good take by Jung-Hoo Lee. 330 at average for Lee on the season. He had the afternoon off. The 26-year-old from Japan in the box. Facing the power lefty Alvarado. The 1-1. Strike two, it's called at the knees. And the Giants are down to their final strike. All fans rise at Philadelphia. The bank is rocking today. Here's the 1-2 from Jose. Way outside for ball two. And Lee catches his breath for a second. He said, man, that was a cutter at that speed. Here comes the 2-2 to Lee. It's way up high, and the count is now full. On deck for the Giants, it'll be Koss. He'll be batting on the right side. if Lee gets on here. The payoff pitch to Lee. There's a high bouncer. Hit over to shortstop. It goes under the glove of Trey Turner, and Stott is able to back it up, but no throw made over to first. And it would have been really hard to get Lee out anyways. But Lee is aboard. Even if Turner fielded that cleanly, I think it would have been really, really hard for him to get Lee out. That was a very high chopper. It went over the mound, and then it just went underneath the glove of Trey Turner as he came running in. Christian Koss is up to bat. He's the tying run. The first pitch is down and in for ball one. One ball, no strikes. Two outs. A runner on at first. And here's the 1-0 from Alvarado. There's a ground ball hit over to shortstop. This should do it. The throw over the second. That's it. All right, so it's a 6-4 fielder's choice, and the Phillies will win by a final score of 6-4 as they split the series with the Giants, and they get the dub. Ring the bell. The Philadelphia Phillies win. I'll take that. We got a postgame show. 610-314-0844. Yeah, they won. All right, they got the split, and that's all that I care about right now. Okay? I said that was the least that they could do, and they did it. Okay? Sanchez pitched very well today. I'm going to break it all down. We'll have people come on and talk. If you guys want to call on in, you're more than welcome to do so. And yeah, I will see you in just a little bit. We have a lot to talk about. There was definitely some good today, for sure. And I will catch you all in just a few moments, all right? Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. If you guys are not going to stay on for the postgame show, hit that thumbs up button on your way out. And again, I'm really encouraging people to come on and give me your thoughts because, again, this is why we do it. Absolutely, this is why we do it. All right, I will see you very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Well, you won game 2 of the series by a score of 6-4, and it was only poetic that you were going to win the 4th game of the series 6-4 and get the split against the Giants. Hi, everyone. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. This is the Postgame Show. You're tuning on in the Phillies Postgame Show. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on those notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when we go live for Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles games. And yeah, so calling into the show, if you guys want to, the number is 610-314-0844. You can also come on Discord. You're just going to have to wait a few minutes because there's some things that I want to get off my chest, and I just want to talk about it. I do. Yeah, so they got the win. They did enough in that first inning. They really only got one hit after that first inning, and well, it was good enough for them to get the job done. Okay, and I'm not fully happy with this team right now, but I'm happy that they got the win, and I can be satisfied with that. They did what I asked them to do, which was the very bare minimum. Okay, this is like when you tell your when you have a kid and you tell them, all right, I asked you to like go do, to like go clean the dishes, and you did that, but also, I would have been more happier if you did the dishes, the silverware, and the glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I would have been like, all right, like really, really good job, but like you did the bare minimum, and so, all right, you did it, nice, but going out of your way to do the other stuff, yeah, I'll be very, very happy with that. The Phillies did not go out of their way during this whole series, and yes, the Giants are a very good team. The Giants play very good baseball, but Phillies had defensive woes, and that actually continued the show today. I don't want this win to sweep what happened under the carpet, the bad things that happened. Okay, but I'm going to start off with the negatives first, and then we'll get to the positives. Okay? My negative today was Trey Turner's defense. First of all, the thing that is sort of glaring to me is in that 9th inning when Jung-Hoo Lee had that infield single, the ball took a high bounce, and Turner was running in towards home plate. He tried to come on in, put the glove down, and he didn't put it down low enough, and it went underneath his glove. And thank goodness Stott was there to back him up, because that could have been 2. Because that gets into the outfield, and, well, that changes the scenario. So he had a couple of really bad plays. There was also a ground ball that was hit by Heliot Ramos in that 7th inning. It was a routine ground ball, and he just couldn't get the glove down. And Chapman hit the 2-run homer in the next at-bat, and thank goodness that didn't come back to bite the Phillies. But it's those types of mistakes that can really provide a team with momentum. And the Giants are going to capitalize on you if you give them blood to smell. And so I was really disappointed with just the execution on his defense today. And that sort of leads me to this. Okay, we talk about the players individually from a defensive side, but you know what I never hear? You know whose name I never hear? I never hear Bobby Dickerson's name. I'm wondering if Trey who continues to make mistakes over at shortstop, and Bohm continues to make mistakes over at third base. I wonder if we should be putting blame on Bobby Dickerson as our infield coach too. Just from defensive alignments and just from fundamentals that they're not practicing. I don't know. I wanted to bring up that point because I think it's fair for us to question if this defense would be better if we had an infield coach that could get them in better positions to field ground balls. Or is it just all on the players? It could be a mixture of both. But I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't really have any evidence to back it up. I do see sometimes, like when I'm watching Bohm shift, when there's a righty up to bat, Bohm tends to play more away from the third base line, when there's runners over at first and second. I saw that the other day, and I was a little bit confused as to why that was. So I just think that that's something to sort of bear in mind when you're thinking about the infield and that type of stuff. So I just wanted to bring that up. Just keep an eye on that. But Trey's defense was really bad today. He had a couple of really bad plays that he made over at shortstop. He also had the E6 to Yaz as well. That was back in the fifth inning. I didn't get to talk about that, and well, thank goodness Huff grounded into that double play that Trey was able to make up for. But yeah, 3 bad mistakes at shortstop today by Trey Turner. That was my first negative. My second negative that I had today was the offense. I thought that the offense, besides that first inning, thought that our offense was the same. We didn't change our philosophy against Jordan Hicks. I figured that as the day was going to go on, we were going to struggle with the shadows, and we did. And the players just could not execute. It took us, we only had 1 hit afterwards. This team is walking more. I want to bring up a point that I heard on Broads' cast the other day, and I've noticed that they're taking more walks. And he's right. Sometimes I think that they're cutting down on their chase for the most part, but I think that they're being way too passive now at some points rather than you would want them to be. They need to be more aggressive when it comes to situational hitting. Okay, you can't just let these balls go by. You also can't be chasing after pitches that are 5 feet off the plate. There's a balance in that goes into it. So I don't think that when I'm watching them at the plate and they're trying to go through situational hitting and there's runners in scoring position, sometimes I'm watching guys take way too many pitches. And then other times I'm watching them just swing and miss at bad pitches. And they're sort of left guessing. And I don't like that. And that's something that I do think can come around. I don't know. I don't have any proof that it will, but it's just something to sort of keep your eye on. I thought this hitting today was not good because, again, they had 1 hit after that first inning. They did. So I'm not satisfied with their hitting as a whole. Sosa did have the sac fly. And again, I said that I get to the positives in just a little bit. Alvarado's meatball that he gave up during the middle of that 9th inning, not a good pitch. Should have went slider down low and outside, but left a fastball hanging out over the middle. And Tyler Fitzgerald was able to get a piece of it. And that was the only damage that was done. But Alvarado, I like him as a reliever, and I think that out of all the options, he's the best option for us as a closer. If we had another guy like a Mason Miller, Alvarado's not the closer. But I've been saying that he is the closer for this team right now because I think he's the best pitcher that we have. Some would say Matt Strahm is. I wouldn't disagree with you there. But I just think that Alvarado, I trust him more in higher level spots As bad as this sounds, even though I know Strom was really good last year, I trust Alvarado this year more in higher leverage spots. But yeah, so those were my bad. And Rob's managing also, I don't want this to go under the carpet either, but going back to that 7th inning, okay? Going back to that 7th inning. When Sanchez starts pitching in that 7th inning, okay, it's 5-3. Sanchez is at 90-some pitches, 80-some really, and somebody just has to be warming up in the bullpen. You got to get Orion warmed up then, or somebody, because it's a 2-run game, and God forbid he lets one go. You know? Fortunately for him, after the hit by pitch for Yastrzemski, he got himself out of the inning. Swings and misses on all changeups from Huff. And then he threw 3 changeups to Koss along with that sinker. And then got Matos to ground out. Like, good for him for getting out of that. But again, just baseball awareness, Rob needs to have somebody warming up in that 7th inning. And nobody was warming up that I saw. And I thought that, again, that was bad managing. And his player bailed him out there. So, not just when they lose am I looking at a critical eye on Rob Thompson. I'm looking at that, too, when they win as well. Because, again, it shows tendencies. And there's a pattern with that. So that's something I didn't like. I'm not being nitpicky because, again, if Sanchez gives up another base runner there, then we're complaining, why isn't anybody warming up in the bullpen? So I don't want us to get that swept under the carpet either. My good that I take out of today. Number 1, my MVP of the game, Christopher Sanchez. Christopher Sanchez was on a tear today. Those changeups that he threw were nasty in caps lock. Okay, I don't know if I've seen this good of a changeup from a Phillies pitcher since, I'd say, maybe Cole Hamels. Really. That pitch, the way that he executes it, and the way that it just comes out of, when he's holding the baseball, okay, it is so deceptive because you don't know as a hitter what he's going to throw. And that changeup, just from 12 to 6, just absolutely, you think it's going to flatten out, and it just goes so much more further down than you expect it to as a hitter. That is his pitch. And when he is just on with that pitch, along with the 98-mile-per-hour fastball that he has now, 96 to 98, he is a very good pitcher. A very, very good pitcher. And I said it coming into the season, I think he's going to finish in the top 5 of the Cy Young. And I still am on that. 12 strikeouts for him today, 7 innings, 4 hits allowed. He got Fitzgerald and Schmidt to strike out 3 times each. Those were half of his strikeouts right there. So he was strong. He was on a mission today and looked like he was just on a tear. The first inning was great. I wanted them to set the tone, and the Phillies listened to me. Bryson Stott, in that first inning, I thought that we really set the tone, and we came out with a spark. After the RBI single was hit by Chapman, let's also not forget, too, that Sanchez did allow the double, and then the RBI single from Matt Chapman, and Chapman had a day against him. But the Phillies had his back. The Phillies, surprisingly, in that first inning, put up some very, very good at-bats. They were all over Jordan Hicks in that inning, and I thought it was going to be an early day for him, and I am shocked that he stayed out there for 7 innings. I wanted more, but you can't get. I think that we got the most out of it today. From a Phillies perspective, with the way that they've been swinging the bat, they sort of juiced out after the end of that first inning, whether you like it or not. So Stott starts things off with a single, ahead in the count 2-1. Hicks was falling behind in counts. He was falling behind in counts a lot in that first inning, and the Phillies saw the writing on the wall. And so they loaded the bases, and Schwarber hit the ball in play, got it right into that 4-3 spot, and gave the Phillies the lead. And then Castellanos hit a shot out over to right field. Wasn't really a big swing, but it was an RBI single. And we had 3 runs right there, and then Schwarber scores on the wild pitch, and then Bohm gets on with that triple. And I want to go back to that play because part of me thinks that Matos out in center field, I said in the moment that Bohm hit a shot. It was a beautiful swing. But when I look back at that play, should Matos have caught that ball? When I'm watching it in real time, I thought that was a tough angle. I think that he could have turned over the shoulder a little bit sooner to make that catch there, and he has to know better. Like, he has to look and see like where the wall is, and he has to adjust. Like, you got to make those adjustments, and that's not easy to teach an outfielder that type of trick. But he had to turn just a little bit earlier, and I think if he did that a little bit sooner, I think he would have caught that. But the ball just popped out of the glove, and he couldn't hang on. I thought it was a tough play. I thought that he made it a little bit tough, but I also thought that he made it a little bit tougher than it had to be. So, but that's just my personal opinion. And yeah, it was just nice to see Bohm get a result and get a good swing there. We needed that insurance run in that bottom of the 8th inning, and I was happy that Harper was aggressive in that spot because Sosa hit the ball out to right field. I don't usually like to run off of Yaz because I know that he can fire it. But Harper tagged up immediately, came running in the home plate, and that was nice base running for the Phillies. It worked out, and it was a bang. It was a good play overall. So 6-3. We got that insurance run, and we needed that. I thought that was big. Harper's walking more, I think, but I don't think that Harper is not just walking on purpose. You know what I mean? I think that Harper is actually just seeing the ball better. He had a couple of homers over the last couple of nights, and he looked good today at the plate. Schwarber had a good day. Harper and Schwarber have been doing the damage, and Casty had the RBI single. Hopefully he's okay. I know that Casty has been inconsistent. His batting average is one thing. He's the best hitter on the team, according to his batting average. But, you know, left hip problems, that's not good. So I'm hoping that he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. I hope it wasn't just precautionary. I'm sure that we'll hear quotes from Rob Thompson when he speaks to the media. But, yeah. Besides the RBI triple by Bohm, I thought that I still don't like what I'm seeing at the plate from him. I still don't think that he's himself. That grounding into the double play there in that 4th inning was such a rally killer. After JT gets on with a walk, he's getting on top of these off-speed pitches, and he just does not look like himself at the plate. When he was driving in runs last year, he looked calm, cool, and collected. And right now, when I'm watching him bat, the stance is the same, but he's not getting the drive on the baseball that he was doing last year. And I don't know how they can work on that with him, but I think it's all mental with Alec Bohm. I think that he's really in his head. I mean, clearly he is. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, but How can we get Bohm back to being first half of Alec Bohm from last year is the question. I don't know. Yohan Rojas got on with a walk, and he also stole a base today. He also had that infield single, I think. Or no, he grounded out. He almost beat it out, though. But, yeah. JT's struggling at the plate. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Wrote that in my book. Yeah. I don't know. I like Stott in the leadoff spot. I think that should continue to be the case. I think he's doing better in that leadoff spot, and I want him leading off. I hope that they continue to go with that. I like Stott, Trey, Bryce, and Schwarber right now as my 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm willing to ride with that for now. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Tell me how you feel about this game. I think that meh is a very good word to describe this. Yeah, they got the win. They did what they had to do. And now you have the Marlins coming on in. The message needs to be, do not take these Marlins for granted. Okay? The Marlins, what they tend to do against us is they tend to play spoiler to us a lot because we don't take them as seriously. That's the truth. And that better not be the case this weekend. So. But yeah, calling into the show. If you want to call in, it's Discord. You can join the Discord server by going over here. Or you can call in 610-314-0844 is the phone number. All right, we got a phone call. I'm going to take it. Hold up 1 second. Just give me 1 sec.
Take your time.
There we go. Are we connected? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure can. JJ?
Yes. Well, for some reason... Wait, hold up 1 second. Let me try it again. Can you hear me now? Oops. I think we lost him. Call back into the show for those of you, or for that person that just called on in. That person that just called in, call back to the show. Let's see. I'm always afraid to hook this up over to the Bluetooth thing. Let's go. All right, we'll go back to the live stream. Where is it? Talk to JJ. Sanchez is a dude. They won. They won. What's going on? Phil's offense is not the subject. Okay, here we go. Yo! Yo, can you hear me?
Hello. I heard.
All right, perfect. All right, you are on the air.
Hey, JJ, first of all, you do a hell of a job. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. You're my only connection to the Phillies, so
I got
keep
you.
up the great work. It's awesome. Hey, I saw an interview. I'm going to address your Alec Bohm issue about his hitting. I saw an interview with Pete Rose, not shortly before he died. You know, they're running a lot of stuff on him after his death. And
Yes.
he said that when he was facing hitting trouble during batting practice, he used to move the pitcher up about a dozen feet.
Yes.
Shortened his. He said it quickened him. It forced him to make decisions quicker. Then when he stepped out onto the playing field, he felt like he had all day to swing. I mean, these are routine, basic stuff. And because
Yes.
I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, I can't go to the bank and see batting practice. But I mean, are things as simple as that? As trying?
Yeah, I personally think that we have gotten to the point now where analytics really have taken over the sport, and I'm curious as to like when they're trying to execute things during batting practice. I mean, I'm not able to see what goes on in batting practice, and that's unfortunate for me. But I wonder if there's a correlation to what types of pitches they're throwing in batting practice and then what types of things that they're seeing in the live games.
Oh, that's a great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? This is the kind of talk a relish because, you know, a lot of times we like to, you know, kind of take these broad brush issues of, well, this isn't getting, and that isn't. But let's face it, they're hitting. What do they got? In a three-way tie for 11th.
Yes.
They got one guy hitting over 300.
Yep.
They're just not getting the runs in when they're getting on base. And Pete, in that same interview, Pete Rose indicated that when his son was playing ball, his son went like 0 for 32. And he called his dad and he said, "Dad, what am I doing wrong?" And he goes, "You have to talk to somebody else. I've never been 0 for 32 in my life."
Yeah.
And then he went on to talk about how moving the pitcher up, you know, batting practice by 12 foot, you know, whether it's inside in the batting cage or out in batting practice, he said it kept him sharp.
Right.
I don't know, you know, is it? You just want. I like your point about yes, it's gotten so analytical, but
yes,
have the fundamentals and is all that gone now?
I think some of it is. I really do. I'm not seeing a lot of times now when there's situational or when there's runners in scoring position, I've been noticing more that they've been cutting down on the chase rate, but that's because they're just taking pitches and there's no strategy behind that. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't just be taking pitches that are just right there, and you also can't be chasing after pitches either. You know, it's like two extremes.
The chasing is out of control.
Yes. So I don't like that.
And you know, how do you fix it? You know, we all like to think it, but maybe Pete Rose, who he had a little success behind the plate.
Yeah, just a little
you know,
success.
Yeah. If you take your pitcher,
yeah,
and you move him up 1,000 feet in practice,
yep,
it's kind of like the same theory. If you've ever gone golfing and you go into a practice green, have you ever seen the little teeny holes they use?
yes, yep.
That way, when you step out on the course, you feel like you're aiming in a bucket.
Yep.
It's kind of the same theory.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't want to go on, JJ. You're the king. I mean, I love what you do. You're my only connection to my beloved Phillies here in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh,
keep up the great work.
I appreciate it. What was your name again, if you don't mind me asking?
Jeff from Louisville.
Jeff, thank you so much. I appreciate you very, very much. Come on anytime. Anytime, man.
Thank you, Jason.
All right. Have a good one. All right. Shout out to Jeff. Yeah, he brought up really, really good points. They definitely need to be working on their situational hitting, and I liked the point that he brought up about Pete Rose's son. That was really interesting, for sure. I don't get it. You know, the one thing that batting cages don't teach is, you know, they throw pitches that are right. I'm not saying that they just use batting cages, but, you know, there's different types of pitches that you got to see. There's different conditions out there, and I don't think that they practice those things, or that they don't take those things into consideration. And so that's a problem. That really is a problem. If you guys want to call in then during the future, you're more than welcome to do so. 610-314-0844. And, yeah. All right, I think that's going to be it for me. I will see you all tomorrow night. We got Phillies versus Marlins. The redirect that we have tonight is to BW, Orioles Bird Watcher. And, yeah, I hope to see you all very, very soon. Lila Tov, good night. Catch you all on the next one.